I picked up the clarinet at a comparatively late age to most people, when I was 16. I was inspired by listening to a lot of classical music growing up, and while I did a few piano lessons at age 10, I never really liked practicing. I've always had a difficult relationship with motivation, and from the musician friends I've spoken to, this is universal. So if you're wanting to start your journey, then this video is for you. This is a beginner's video, made by a beginner. Here's what you need to know about playing. You should first be aware that there is a sizable investment beyond the base price of the instrument. Examples for me as a clarinet player are a mouthpiece protector, a pull-through for cleaning, and a box of good reeds, the prices of which add up over time. Secondly, be prepared to get into some heated discussions over equipment brands with people who claim to know a lot more than you and want to tell you that you're wrong. If you take on a teacher, you'll be asked to buy specific books too. You can buy these online, but I always go in person because frankly music shops are dying out. Shop owners are also very kind and knowledgeable people. The early stages of your journey are the hardest because there's not much you can play, and whatever you do play doesn't sound too good. Eventually, you do start to enjoy yourself once you can play music that you like, and some key skills are developed passively over time rather than through deliberate practice, which can be pleasantly surprising. Sometimes you might find yourself in an obsession over progress, because it feels good to be able to finally crack something you've been trying to get right, but focusing on such things can be damaging. My current barrier is finger speed. I can read notes well, but being able to play them quickly is something that takes years and is essential for a lot of trickier pieces, and it really bothers me that I'm not there yet and won't be for some time. I imagine it's a feeling that any musicians watching share. My saxophonist friend experiences this problem too. However, the pressure to practice was initially driven by his parents and his old school's music department. As a high-level musician, he practices frequently and doesn't let a lack of progress discourage him, and that's why he's at that outstanding level he is today, once playing for the BBC Elstree concert band. He hasn't gone 2 weeks without practicing, because to him it's an ingrained habit difficult to break. When you pick a practicing schedule, you have to be mindful of anyone else in the house that you might live with. Talk to them first about it and let them know that it won't always sound pretty. If your accommodation has certain restrictions on noise, you might be lucky enough to have access to practice rooms in your local area, but be aware that these won't be available anytime you want. If you ever lose motivation, my favourite thing to do is to listen to some concertos involving the instrument I play and try and remind myself of why I started in the first place. If that doesn't work, perhaps a break might help, but don't break for too long, otherwise you could never return.